This is SHIP. It's a project management app by the US Treasury, and its README makes some pretty big promises. It promises that it's accessible to people with disabilities, that it's fast, and that it's solidly built. Now, my job wasn't to take all these promises on faith or just to believe what it was said. It was to, in fact, measure all these promises. And so I stuck to one rule the whole time, that every problem I pointed out could be backed up with a small program you could run yourself and get the exact same numbers. Now, how did I do it? There were 7 things to check, and for each one, I wrote a little program that measured it, and I saved it right in the project so anybody could do it. I also froze the test data. The same 627 documents, 328 issues, and 31 users every time. And that way, the numbers couldn't drift around. It means that anybody could copy the project, load that same data, and run my programs, and land on my exact same numbers. So when I say reproducible, I mean quite literally reproducible. You can see those numbers here. The snapshot is pinned. Now, here are all 7 of the categories on one page, right here. And then further down in this document, you see the results of each one of the categories that was called for. Some came back genuinely good, and the database doesn't do anything wasteful, that the app stays quiet during the normal phase, and even though some were good, some had real problems. And so I'm going to walk you through the biggest. Number 1, it kind of slows down during big crowds, which is a big problem. We need this to be fast at all times. And that's just not good. You send a big pile of data every single time with no limit on how much. So you can see here with 25 people using it all at once, these screens take about a quarter of a second to deliver. You bump it to 50 people, and it really doubles to about half a second. The database itself is basically instant, and the holdup is that the app is packing all the data at once. So it's fine today, but it won't be at 10 times that number. Problem 2, the accessibility just doesn't really hold out. The second you log in, a pop-up appears, and it covers the whole screen. If you go around it with a keyboard or a screen reader instead of a mouse, you're stuck behind that box until you close it. And the page underneath has issues too. 1 serious coding error and 15 spots where the text is too faint against its background to meet the legal standard. The README says this app meets accessibility laws. For a government site, the evidence says not the way it's supposed to. Now, problem 3, what you can catch by reading everything. Behind these 7 areas, two stand out. 1, a setup step crashes if you try to install the app fresh from scratch, which is ironic for a project that's all about reproducibility. 2, every time they push out an update, the app can lose whatever someone was in the middle of typing. Also not really a good thing. It closes the door on the database before saving, and that's just not okay. Now, the honesty. What I found in the audit, it's all laid out here in the audit report, the .md file that I have for it, and it's really what I spent the most work on. The first draft says the pop-up box was a complete trap, that you couldn't escape it at all, which is a serious and legitimate legal failure. Then I built a quick test that actually tries pressing the escape key, and it worked. The box closes. My own tool had overstated the problem, so I ended up downgrading my findings, and in writing and on the record. So this is an audit you can trust, and one that's honest even when its own numbers are wrong. It also lays out some of the things that I'm planning on doing to correct it, here and in other documents. And that's pretty much it. Those are the deliverables and a record of everything that happened. The run book is essentially what I did during the entire check, what I looked at, what I did for each categories, and it's from this document and that audit report that I am going to be working for the remainder of the week on improving the accessibility and addressing all the issues that were discovered while doing this audit. That's pretty much it for what we've done for this MVP. Thank you for watching.